when you finally understand that nothing is wrong with you, nothing, you're just invited to create a life in which you thrive. What is human design and for what is it even good? Hello everyone! So this is the first video on this channel. My name is Tara. This channel is called Om Dalim, and in this video I'm going to talk about what is human design and what is it good for. So first, human design was channeled by a guy named Ra Uru, and it was over, I guess, was 7 or 8 days mystical experience where he just channeled this whole system from source. This system is a synergy of biochemistry, quantum mechanics, and neuroscience, so Western science, with ancient traditional spiritual teachings like the Kabbalah, Tree of Life, the chakra system, astrology, and the I Ching. So, what is human design? Human design is basically the manual of your human, yourself, your I, your soul. It is how you are designed to live this experience, this life experience. I like to see our experience here on Earth like graduating in Earth school. So human design is basically your curriculum in your schedule in Earth school. So with human design, you will get to know your aura type, your how to like manage and work, like the strategy, how you operate with your aura type, your inner authority, how to make decisions, your vocation, your strength, your weaknesses, basically everything that is to know about you. So that sounds really confident actually. In my experience, human design is accurate, literally. And therefore, if you don't want to like do real deep spiritual work, just turn off the video, because then this is nothing for you. This is deep, hard spiritual work. I don't want to make you anxious, but once you actually remember who you really are at the core of your being, like really, you see all those lies that you live in your current life. You just see them. And when you know, you know. So you can decide if you live on living those lies or if you actually take the brave step to change and decondition yourself. Because that's the whole process of human design. So human design is there and it remembers you of who you are, what you really want, what you truly value, what are your strengths and so on. And then you have your current life and you have your current conditioning, which is actually the frame of your life in which you move yourself through your life. And when you put those two together, there is like, maybe you're like already enlightened, but most of the time it won't match. So there the deconditioning process starts, where you try to move from here to there. And yeah, so, and to support you in this process, I will make a ton of videos to explain the different types, strategy, the deconditioning process. Like I have line 1, so for the few of you who already know something about human design, you will get to know this, you will know this. That is my line 1. I want to go really deep, like really deep. And yeah, that is my line 1. I love going deep, investigating topics and researching and penetrating stuff to come to the basis, to the foundation. So the reason why human design was so outstanding for me was because, first, it is not like other spiritual teachings where you have this dogmatic approach where you have like rules and how you should do it, and like where there's like one guru or one coach who's telling you, oh, I did it that way and you all have to do it that way as well. I think that's not really how this works, because I think that we are all unique, and that like putting everyone in the same box won't help, because there will always be people who feel like, oh, that actually doesn't feel right, but misjudge or misunderstand this actually this doubt as an ego reaction. I think this is really common, and I personally feel like growth and awakening, like it's hard. I know it's hard, but it don't have to be when it don't have to be. So, coming back to the point I wanted to make is that human design is practical. So it's not dogmatic, it's practical. So you have your human design, and then you have to apply it. Like it's something you have to test, and you have to find your own techniques and your own tricks and strategies, and like how it works for you. Because even if human design makes some statements like, okay, manifesting generators have to wait to respond and inform and initiate, don't worry, I will explain it all in the future, but it says that, so it's at one point really clear, but what it actually means in your daily life, you have to test it. You have to try and test it, and then you have to reflect, did that work for me? Do I have to change something else? So it's really practical. You can start right in the beginning. You just learn a few things, and then you start to apply them in your daily life, and then you get results and feedback and see how it works, and then you go further, and it's really interactional, and it's not like studying like the 10 like in the Bible where you have like those laws, those 10 where you have to just follow them. It's not like that at all. It's just like, here's the manual, you can try it, and then you will see. So that's one point. The other point is that human design is, for me, like from my point of knowledge right now, it's the most accurate spiritual or scientific study that I have seen so far. So I studied a lot of different spiritual teachings, and I tried a lot. I was also I'm still in, but I was also really into astrology. But I think, for example, astrology is extremely vague, and with other teachings, it's what I just said. It's really dogmatic, or it's like that's the way, that's the only way. And human design is so diverse. It's so complex, and it's so differentiated, and it has divine, literally divine facets to it. So you can start studying now, and you won't be finished at the end of your life. But it is also very accurate. And I want to share the story why human design is so important to me, or where I first just was blown away by the accuracy. It was a night where I think it was the first time I really dove deep into my human design, and I read a whole PDF about my personal design, and I think it was 4 a.m. and I did a lot of research tonight. It's again line one. I did a lot of research, and I just sat in front of this PDF, and I started to cry, because I felt it was the first time that someone, like a PDF, like someone really truly saw me, really truly saw me. And I just recognized that through my whole lifetime, I thought like I have those mistakes, I have those personality traits, those weaknesses that I don't like, and I keep repeating, and I can do whatever I want to change them. They won't change. Like and those patterns are always repeating. For example, for me, it was like being this. Oh, I love this, going into this. Oh, I love this, going into this. Like this flippy floppy hopping around person who has 1 million different interests and can't decide for one, and is always so fast making decisions, going into that direction and going into that direction, and I couldn't help myself, but it was just the way that I was, and therefore to solve this problem, to solve this weakness, I started studying law, because law was the longest study that I knew back then. And it was like, you have to learn to be consistent, so you study law so that you learn it. And now I know I'm just not designed to be a consistent person. There are people who can do that. They can't flip flop around and jump around like me. It's too stressful for them, or they like to be consistent. They like to go deep into one thing and do one thing over a long time and become masters in that topic. There are people like that, and that's beautiful. I'm pretty jealous of people who can do this, but I can't, and they can't do what I can do. And I first it was the first time I really understood that my weaknesses aren't weaknesses. My weaknesses are actually my biggest strength that I'm unable to express, that I'm unable to live, because I didn't create a life in which my strength could benefit me. I created a life in which my strength was suppressed, and I was always aware of my weaknesses. How crazy is that? And what of a epiphany when you finally understand that nothing is wrong with you, nothing. You're just invited to create a life in which you thrive, you personally. And that is human design. And therefore it's just a beautiful journey on which I warmly invite you. So there are a few things you can do right now when you are hooked up. First thing is you can go to Genetic Matrix. I think that's the best website to get your personal human design chart. Then, if you like, there are some pages online that offer some free information about like the general types, but you can also book a one-on-one reading with me. I will put my website link into the description, where we will dive deep in your personal human design. And yeah, I would love to meet one of you there. And yeah, that's the whole video. Stay tuned for more. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. If you know somebody who might be interested in that topic, feel free to share. Yeah, from the bottom of my heart, through this camera, through your screen to your heart, a lot of love and light. Thank you. See you soon.